Living. Today marks the beginning of Hispanic Heritage Month, and what better place to celebrate our heritage than Heritage Park here in the Coastal Bend.
I love it. It's a gorgeous day in the Coastal Bend and a gorgeous show today with lots of color, culture, and 2 local spotlights.
Absolutely. We're going to spend the entire month meeting individuals that make a difference in the community and celebrating the Hispanic culture. Thank you so much for joining us. You're watching Coastal Living.
Welcome to a month of vibrant colors, rich traditions, and an abundance of cultural pride. It's Hispanic Heritage Month. Throughout this month, we'll explore the rich tapestry of our Hispanic culture, from our mouth-watering comida, la música de mariachi, to the rhythms of salsa, folclórico, and above all, love for our beautiful heritage. So get ready for a month full of celebration and education of todos los países hispanos that make up our culture in the Coastal Bend. Let's dive into the colorful world of El Mes de la Herencia Hispana.
What better place to learn about the historical significance behind this month than the Museum of the Instituto of Hispanic Culture in Heritage Park?
Welcome to the Instituto de Cultura Hispánica de Corpus Christi. When you walk into our institute, we have artifacts from South America, Mexico, and other parts of the world. We also have a lot of arts, portraits from different artists.
And as you explore the Instituto, you'll notice the ambiance is surrounded by identity. It's an establishment in the Coastal Bend to show you what you can be proud of about your culture, featuring a lineup of the beautiful cultures of Latin America.
We are all about cultural diversity. Our organization involves a lot of cultures in the Hispanic communities. We have people from Mexico, El Salvador, Venezuela, Honduras, Puerto Rico, and Cuba. They come from all over the world, and they come to our organization to connect.
Which is an ideal way to discover the uniqueness about your identity during Hispanic Heritage Month. It's an establishment filled with education with several statements everywhere you look, from the beautiful dress displays to flags that represent different countries, resonating with visitors to make them feel right at home.
Some of our most popular exhibits at the museum are the dresses that we have in the gallery. We have dresses from different countries, different cities in Mexico, and many different flags that we have around the museum. Uruguay, Mexico, Colombia, Brazil. They're all being featured at our museum, and that emphasizes the many different cultures in the Latino community.
And giving each culture an opportunity to share their story.
Hispanic Heritage Month means a lot to me. Coming from Mexico myself and being a former DACA recipient, I think it is very important for us to know the history of our roots.
And with history comes with visiting historical monuments here in the city that we call home, just like the Instituto. It was founded over 40 years ago, created by citizens of South Texas. And Sharon Diaz says that their mission is to propagate the traditions of Hispanic communities and increase the cultural exchange among residents of not only the Coastal Bend, but our country.
I believe it is very important to come visit the Instituto de Cultura Hispánica, especially during Hispanic Heritage Month.
The Instituto of Hispanic Culture also consists of interchanging exhibits throughout the year and vastly improves from our visitors that reside in South Texas as well as all over the world, and marks a historic landmark right here in our beloved Corpus Christi.
Our museum depends on our guests to keep the museum alive and to keep the history alive here in Corpus Christi.
All right, guys, let's take a look at all the fun things happening this weekend around the Bend. This first one is for the kiddos. That is tomorrow, September 16th from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. at the Indian Point Pier. It is a school supply donation. The City of Portland is co-sponsoring the 20th annual Kid Catch Youth Fishing Tournament. They're partnered with some other groups, and this is all benefiting children in the Gregory Portland ISD community. They're going to get school supplies that they normally could not afford. So you can donate to make a difference. The cool thing is children under 17 are invited to participate in 3 different age categories. Free lunch is provided, t-shirts are given to the first 200 registered, and it is strictly measure and release. Parents can even accompany the children, so it's going to be a good time. This one's for the older crowd. Get ready for one epic pool party at Hurricane Alley Water Park, bringing you Splash Bash 2023. Grab your friends and head over to Hurricane Alley Saturday for 18 and up pool party to rival Las Vegas. So we're expecting big things. This is happening from 9 p.m. to 2 a.m. this Saturday. So we'll see you guys to end the summer with a Splash Bash. If you're looking for some family fun, tomorrow from 1 to 4 p.m. you can head to the Art Museum of South Texas for a special Family Day event. We'll be celebrating cultural identities. Enjoy live music, entertainment, art activities, a scavenger hunt with prizes, giveaways, and special guests. Family Days are always free to the public thanks to Rally Credit Union. So head out there to the Art Museum of South Texas for a great time with the family. You can also check out the USS Lexington. This one is a sleepover. So if you guys get a little scared of the cuckoo, you're the boogeyman, this may not be for you, but you have an opportunity to go and explore paranormal activity for an overnight experience like none other at the USS Lexington Museum. This overnight investigation is open to anyone curious about the paranormal. That is September 16th from 7 p.m. to the next day, September 18th at 9 a.m. So head over to their website for details. Get out there and have some fun this weekend. Don't forget to tag us in your pics at Coastal Living TV on Facebook and Instagram. Clearly, there are a lot of ways to get in the mood for Hispanic Heritage Month. A lot of celebrations happening this weekend and a great excuse to get the kids and the family out for a good time. But you know what? There's so much more to come just on today's show, but really the entire month for us here on Coastal Living.
Exactly. We are kicking it off on the right track so far with all the color that we're rocking today and so much more. It's going to be a wonderful Hispanic Heritage Month.
I love it. We're going to kind of encourage you to dive into what this month means to you. If you are Hispanic, what does that mean to your culture? How are you going to celebrate? Today we're going to celebrate 2 places and individuals that do make a difference here in the Coastal Bend. We want to get to know people better, know about how their culture has defined them and their positions here in the Coastal Bend. And of course, you know, a lot of us are hoping to celebrate the holidays in a new home, maybe the new year, or our friends at Palm Harbor Homes have you covered. We're going to visit with them later and see what opportunities they have to get you into your dream home. So there's so much more coming up.
All right, looking forward to that. I cannot wait to learn more, especially throughout each day on Coastal Living.
Absolutely, and it's a really big deal because we're primarily Hispanic here in the Coastal Bend, but there are a lot of different cultures to celebrate, and as those months come, of course, we need your help to find ways to celebrate all the diversity here in the Coastal Bend. It's a beautiful place to live. We're so grateful for you all, and so grateful that we have the opportunity to celebrate culture on today's show.
I could not agree more, Clarissa. So if you have any story ideas or if you want to share your story, please be sure to visit us online at Coastal Living TV and share what ideas you have with us.
That's right. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back with more. You're watching Coastal Living. So to me, Hispanic Heritage Month is about exploring and celebrating our diversity and our culture, where we come from. So of course, our history has a lot of roots and a lot of stories to tell that we may not know about. I think it's a great opportunity to come together as a family and to explore not only your own lineage, your own family recipes, your own family traditions, but those that your culture has brought into your life and those traditions. So I think it's really, really neat. A great opportunity to try new recipes with your family. Maybe grab some of those old recipes from Abuelita and give them a go. Spend quality time together. Again, dive into some of those family traditions that you have to understand your lineage and where you come from. A great opportunity to sit down and learn about your grandparents and your great-great-grandparents and to hear childhood stories from your own parents. I think it's just a really great opportunity to realign with your culture and to be grateful for who you are and where you come from. That's what Hispanic heritage means to me.
It's that time of the year where we celebrate Hispanic Heritage Month. This is a meaningful time to learn about the many cultures and history about the Latino community. And for me, authenticity is what means so much to me during this month. What Hispanic Heritage Month means to me is about who you are and where you come from. And for me, being raised by a Latina woman and having the background that I have and learning about her history really resonates with who I am, about loving others and treating others as you should be treated. And of course, all of the delicious recipes and so much more. So who you are as a person, just the hospitality and how you treat others with love and respect, and really the history of your background and where you come from. That's what Hispanic Heritage Month means to me, about your heritage and the love that you bring to the community in general, and uniting together as we celebrate Hispanic Heritage Month.
Hello, I'm Juan Guerra. I'm the coastal living photographer. What Hispanic Heritage Month means to me is looking back and seeing how I got here, looking back to my parents and their parents and to their parents, and seeing how far we have come as a family. In this Hispanic Heritage Month, I hope to continue honoring not just the beautiful culture that I'm a part of, but my family as well.
Happy Hispanic Heritage Month! This is one of my favorite times of the year, where the entire Latinx community just comes together and celebrates our beautiful cultura. It's just a time to reflect on where we came from and all we have accomplished and what it took to get us here. I'm just so grateful to be able to share this side of me with my coworkers, my friends, anyone that I come in contact to day to day, but especially with you guys on the show. Grateful to have a platform like this where we can share different topics, because it is important to continue to tell our stories in this world. So happy Hispanic Heritage Month from Coastal Living, our family, to yours.
Today we're visiting with the local self-made female Hispanic restaurant owner to learn about her journey to success.
Hi everybody, my name is Elda Guerrero. I am owner-operator of Las Tres Hermanas Mexican Restaurant, located at 704 Air Street, Corpus Christi, Texas. I grew up in George West with my parents, 3 siblings, 2 sisters and a brother. Living in George West with most of my father's family was from George West. So as a Latina, Hispanic, we would get together for holidays and do the whole cooking and celebrating and lots of eating.
Elda shares some of her fond memories in the kitchen with her family.
Some of the things I remember from my growing up, my grandpa made the best potato salad. My mother made very good enchiladas, menudo. That's where my love for just wanting to learn to cook and, and serve.
Overcoming diversity and building a successful business naturally comes with a sense of pride, especially being a female.
I am proud to be a Latina business owner. We have come a long way as Latinas, just due to a lot of adversity from 10, 20, even 30 years ago. Love what I'm doing. I'm doing what I love, and not to brag, but to brag, I'm good at what I'm doing. People love the food, they love the service, they love the atmosphere here.
Elda wraps up our interview with a few things that make her proud to be Latina.
Everything about being Latina makes me proud. But what makes me the most proud is being able to share and teach my culture and tradition to my children, to my friends, although we may or may not be able to live it always because everybody has a busy schedule and a different schedule these days. One thing for sure that my roots are, deeply rooted in who I am. The food we eat, the music we listen to, the music that we dance to. All that may seem like small little details, but they can never be taken away from us. Being a Hispanic is much more than fun, food, and culture. It's about our history, our struggles, hard work, and where we have come from. It represents beauty, love, family, and once again, hard work. I can never express enough. And last but not least, my favorite is we have and we know remedies to everything. At the end of the day, regardless of what aspect of Hispanic culture we come from, I think we can all agree that one of the things all Hispanics share or have in common is pride, and I say this in the most positive way. We are proud, but yet not too proud. The culture I was raised in, I feel has made me who I am today, a strong, assertive, independent, but humble woman. So, in conclusion, I would like to say Happy Hispanic Heritage Month to my fellow Latinas and Latinos. Stay blessed.
It's important to support local Hispanic-owned businesses and local in general, so be sure to stop by Elda's business and try her food for yourself. Happy Hispanic Heritage Month. Holiday season is upon us, and the new year will be here before we know it. Many of us have big dreams to get into a new home to celebrate the holidays or the new year, and our friends at Palm Harbor Homes have you covered. Now, there are a lot of things to consider. You got to do a lot of homework before you can purchase a home. The most important thing is getting that loan, making sure you're pre-qualified. So I have Miss Heather here to talk to us about what that looks like, because it is a little different from purchasing a regular home, right?
Absolutely. Very similar as far as length of loan, but different lenders to be able to use. We have about 9 different lenders that we use specifically for manufactured homes that help us here. We have long-time relationships with, so they definitely help out in this department of home buying.
Fantastic. So somebody's like, well, I've been with this credit union my whole life and I want to use them. A lot of these do not connect.
Yeah, unfortunately, the banks that people are commonly banking with don't do loans on manufactured homes, so we have a list of lenders who do.
Fantastic. Of course, there are a lot of benefits to living in a manufactured home, and we'll get to that on a different day, but I do want to focus on the money side of it, because it can be very intimidating and discouraging for somebody, especially if they know they've got like, oh, I got a lot of debt on this one credit card and I bet I'll never get into a home. That is not the case. There are a lot of different solutions, right? So what are the first things to consider when it comes to financing a home?
Absolutely. You definitely are looking at credit score, debt to income ratio, all kinds of numbers play a factor in what interest rates you're going to get, what your monthly payment's going to be, what size down payment you have. So we do a free financial analysis here. It allows us to dig into your credit a little bit. It's a soft pull. It doesn't change your points at all. That way we can see where you're at, and if you're not ready to buy a house, what you need to do to be ready.
I love that. And just in case y'all didn't get that, a soft pull. So this will not affect your credit score if you're worried about that number and bringing it up. Now, speaking of that, I did mention, credit card debt and things like that earlier. Sometimes that just feels like this vicious cycle that we're never going to get out of. But you all have some leads and people that we can communicate with to help us get out of that debt, right?
Yeah, so if your numbers aren't where you want them to be, when we come in and take a look, we do have a credit repair person that helps us bring your scores up where they need to be. So it's good credit for life, and we send you to her and let her know that you're going to be reaching out to her, and she builds your credit, and once you're ready to come back and be a buyer, she sends you back to us. The money that you spend on the credit repair program gets deducted off the cost of the home, so it's a win-win.
I think that is a very, very cool thing that is worth mentioning. A lot of people are like, I'm trying to get out of debt. Why am I going to pay for this type of service? But obviously they exist for a reason. There are many benefits, and the fact that that money goes towards the home you want to purchase is a win-win. So of course you want to get more information, you want details, you want to start planning out your life in one of these incredible homes. Where can we go for more details or to schedule our time to come in for that financing?
We want you to stop into Palm Harbor Homes so that we can do that free financial analysis with you, see if you're ready to buy. If not, give you a game plan of what you need to do so that you are ready to buy.
Fantastic. And they do say to know what you can afford before you start looking, but if you're in the mood to browse, you can check out their website and look at all the various floor plans. These are up to date. The model homes are absolutely gorgeous. The one we're in is beautiful, and it could be yours. So schedule your appointment today, and don't forget to mention Coastal Living sent you.
Awesome.
Interested in growing your business? Coastal Living can help. Email us at advertise@coastallivingtv.com or scan the QR code on your screen for more information.
Well, before we say adios here from Heritage Park, we're going to take a glimpse outside of our Snoopy's Sky Cam, a live look out there. Now, it is a hot one, but I'm telling you, I can promise you right now, I can already feel those fall vibes coming in.
I've been getting that energy.
Yes,
it doesn't
same
feel quite like
here.
it. Yeah, we're waiting for more cool fronts to come in, and at this point, I'll take whatever I can get. Just a 2-degree drop will be fantastic for me.
I know.
I'll take it.
That sounds perfection. The perfect fall in the coastal bend, indeed.
Absolutely, and you know, all year long, you can enjoy that view from the Snoopy's Sky Cam, the Snoopy's area. We love our friends out on the island, and the opportunity to just be such a short drive away from the beach. That's something we love about our culture and heritage here in the Coastal Bend. Again, we are so excited to celebrate the Hispanic culture. If you have any suggestions on people that deserve to be celebrated, places that we did not know were Hispanic owned, or anything else that deserves attention for this month in particular, we'd love to hear from you.
Exactly. We will be featuring stories all month long during Hispanic Heritage Month, so please be sure to head over to our Facebook and Instagram at Coastal Living TV. And while you're at it, give us that like and follow and let us know what you want to learn about.
But we do want you to have a fun and safe weekend. When we come back next week, we'll be talking about recycling, the importance of recycling, how you can do it properly, and where you can do recycling here in the Coastal Bend. We'll cover that and a lot more, continuing our celebration of Hispanic Heritage Month.
All right, adios. We'll see you then.
Adios.